Sorry, I couldn't. I was just going.
That was fine. You filmed it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything with that. I haven't got the power built in. I'm just going to pull over here.
That was definitely duck crossing.
We'll start the footage from here. Hello and welcome to Lost in South Oz. Today we're driving to Murraybridge. So just sit back and enjoy the drive, and there should be an explorer following this video.
Okay, next right. Ah, yeah, that did come alongside that by the ducks. Okay, we stay on this road for a bit now.
Long track. Navigating today is Julie.
Morning.
It's a route that I'm not used to, so
We'll keep the swearing down to a minimum.
just take my time. It's the early hours of the morning, so we may be getting some bright sun flickering for the camera.
Going through the Adelaide Hills.
Again, this road trip just because I thought some people might like the journey through Adelaide Hills, the scenery.
And this part of the road is shared with the Hasten Trail, which is a trail from the southern part of the Adelaide Hills through to the north. I'm not sure of the endpoints. Named after a local artist, I believe, and it's mostly a walking trail. Somewhere around here, the Hasten Trail leaves the road and heads west, east. The road continues on through to Murraybridge.
And if the sun sort of bounces off some dirt on the windscreen, I have to apologise for that, but South Australia is a bit of a dust hole, especially with all the new construction that's happening and just the nature of South Australia. It's a very dusty place, and it's just made worse by all the construction and roadworks. And you could wash your car one day, and the next day it's filthy. I hope that's not. We've tried to clean as much as we can with the windscreen.
Looks better than it was.
Yeah. Murraybridge is, I guess, home to the bunyip, which is a bit of a touristy thing for the kids down by the Murray River, and it's just a mechanical bunyip that comes out of the pond. So
but the story of the bunyip was used by the first peoples of the Murraybridge area to teach about water safety and not overfishing the river and things like that related to the river. The bunyip was basically the punishment. The story goes that one of the people, the First Nations people in that area, was prone to fishing more than he needed to fish, and the tribal elders, because this is the no-no, you don't take more from the environment than you need, punished him by turning him into a bunyip so he could live in the river and have all the fish he wanted. So hence you've got the bunyip, this half human, half fish type character.
Yeah. We're still waiting for it. Here it comes. It's coming back again. No. Oh. Now you've seen a bunyip. Well, that was an experience. The story how Murraybridge got its name. I mean, originally it wasn't Murraybridge.
No.
We were talking about this yesterday.
It was basically a point where the Murray could be crossed.
Right?
Left. A point where the Murray River could be crossed back in the first half of the 19th century. And a woman named Edwards built a small inn there, and the location became known as Edwards Crossing. The area around Edwards Crossing subsequently became known as Mobilong, and then when they built the bridge over the Murray, and the railway bridge in particular in 1886, at that point the railway station became known as Murraybridge Railway Station, and subsequently the town became known as Murraybridge instead of Mobilong.
There was some amalgamation issues, wasn't there?
Yeah. The local government history. Trying to remember it off the top of my head.
I thought they'd separated for a bit. One was Murraybridge, one was Mobilong, and then Mobilong was defined, and then there was an amalgamation where they amalgamated and decided to all be called Murraybridge.
Yeah, basically the township separated from the surrounding area, formed its own council, and it was known as Murraybridge. The surrounding council area was Mobilong. After about 50 years of separation, they joined back together, and the area became known, the combined council area became known as Murraybridge District Council instead of Mobilong.
Are we on the right path?
Yes, we are.
I haven't seen a speed sign for a long time, after 80, so I guess, unless you're a local here, haven't quite come to me. Beautiful sun.
Yeah, it's a very nice drive through the Adelaide Hills, whichever way you go, and that's one of the reasons we film. It's not that we always know the history, what we know is a little thumbnail sketch of it.
And let's face it, it's probably no more than anyone else can research on the internet. Barossa, but sort of still in civilization. So there's plenty of towns in the Barossa anyway, but it's just an area.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the boundaries of the Barossa Valley itself are, let alone Barossa Valley Council, but
That's Barossa Valley Council.
Wherever the boundaries are, we're in the southern edge of it.
Well, right now we're going south, so
Yeah.
Barossa goes right up north, but that's Barossa Valley. This is Barossa Council, so it's a completely different thing.
Okay, left-hand turn coming up.
Hopefully we turn away from the sun.
Yeah, hopefully.
Nice. Yeah, Barossa Council, we'd love to have some speed signs along here somewhere. There's very few signs here. There we go. Left-hand
Left,
turn.
yeah. Then about another kilometre, I think we turn right.
It's still so, you turn left, there's the pipe, and there's still no signs along here. We turn right, 1 kilometre.
Turn right in about 600 metres. Basically the next right.
Yeah, I can see that, Mount Pleasant.
Yep.
Charricks Mill Road. Cricks Mill Road. Mount Pleasant.
Now there used to be a railway line to Mount Pleasant from Balhana, but that line's long since been pulled up and built over.
80 was about right. I invested in one speed sign. So far we've only seen 2 giant rat bodies on the side of the road, and a wallaby. I guess that counts as a small rat.
Well, the wallaby was live.
Yeah, that was bouncing along. Mornings and afternoons where the sun is long is the worst time for kangaroos. There's a lot of snake oil out there, and people invest in all sorts of ideas to shoo the kangaroos off their vehicles, but I don't know. Some people swear by their snake oils. I don't know. It's just like radar detectors and people trying to dodge, getting done by speed cameras. I mean, they still have them, so people still invest money in them. I don't know about whether they work or not. They're all snake oils to me. I don't have either of them. Just keep your eyes open and look for giant rats, basically. Just went past a cop in an SUV. All the coppers tend to drive bloody SUVs around here. The sign of the times. Everyone's got an SUV. Not me.
Holden.
Yeah, I've got a Cruise. This is getting on. This is 19-year-old. This car, I think, now this year now. But this, Holden stopped making vehicles for a while back now. Just defog the windscreen, turn on that. It should take care inside.
Two humans in the car breathing hot air.
Yep. Oh gee, it's beautiful. As I said, driving through the Australian bush tends to calm me down. It tends to make me feel relaxed. For a lot of people it's like they stress out when they drive, but drop it down one, it fogs up the window again, so can't win.
So the drive over the hills calms Bridge down, and
It stresses me all around.
I have a bit of a soft spot for looking at the Murray River.
Yeah.
And this part of South Australia, there's multiple places you can go to look at different parts of the Murray.
Yeah, it's such a big river. It's basically almost cuts South Australia in two, doesn't it?
It kind of does. It's like it's not two equal halves, but
No.
yeah, it does cut South Oz in two. But from where it comes in, I'll say from the ocean. I don't think it's quite ocean. It's the strait between Kangaroo Island and the mainland, somewhere in that ballpark. Where it comes in at the Coorong, the river heads east, then it swings north, and then it heads east again. If you saw our earlier video on Morgan, that was the Murray River where it turns east.
Brakes.
2 kilometres, we've got a left turn.
Yep, let's try not to miss too many turns. The last road trips we just went sailing past all our turns. Got too busy talking. This guy's blowing more smoke out the back of his car than anything. But if it's diesel or petrol, much as what's coming out the back of that car. Yeah. It looks, if it's a petrol, it definitely operates like a diesel. Maybe put diesel in it.
Well,
there's a lot of people out here just flog the rear end out of their cars and, wonder why they blow a lot of smoke when they're gutless. You've got one speed, flat to the boards and then stop. That's their only speeds they got. 2, stop and go. And they complain about their car doesn't work very well. But yeah, every time this guy gets on the accelerator, he just plumes of smoke coming out the back.
so we're on the outskirts of Mount Pleasant now.
Yep, we're coming into town. So I'm going to throw out the boat anchor, slow it down.
We're about to go by Railway Terrace.
We're turning to the left here.
Not left at Melrose Street, the next one after Railway Terrace. So where there's a street named Railway Terrace,
Well, we have no choice here. It's left.
a railway station left here.
That's what I said.
So even if the station's not there now, it's definitely a sign there used to be one.
Yeah, well, a lot of the railway stations in South Australia, no matter how much these people keep sprouting stuff, they're long gone. The only real main route into South Australia comes from Victoria and feeds out through the Bight and goes up to up to the Rock and out.
Next on the right, we turn right.
So we don't, there's the main sort of, what do you call the, next on the right.
Next on the right.
What do they call that train? The Southern
Which one? We've got the Overland.
The Overland, that's it.
That's the one to Melbourne.
That's one of Melbourne. Which one goes to the which one goes up to Northern Territory?
The Garn goes to Alice Springs and Darwin.
Yep.
And the Indian Pacific goes across the Nullarbor to Perth.
Yeah. So I've got the 3 trains. But the Adelaide trains are basically Adelaide City. And as far north as that gets, I believe it's Gawler.
Yeah.
So there's not any passenger rail to speak of out this way, except for the
services we just mentioned are more tourist services than commuter services.
Yeah. You want to really go anywhere in South Australia, you want to get over your own vehicle or get on a bus. These days between a telephone exchange and a toilet block.
Well, yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously we're going downhill.
Yeah, so basically over the hump of the Adelaide Hills now, I think, and we're heading down the other side onto the Murray Flats. Murraybridge is connected to Adelaide via a freeway that goes through the southern portion of the Adelaide Hills, but from where we live in northern Adelaide area over the Adelaide Hills, the way we've just seen us drive is the quickest way.
Right, gonna stop left here again.
Yep.
Murraybridge, as you can see the sign there. We've got to watch for the stop sign here, and we've got to watch for any cars coming that way. It means stop, not give way, and come to a complete halt.
Yeah, a lot of people here have problems with spelling. They don't understand that STOP does mean stop. Actually come to a standstill.
So Mount Torrens that way, we're going straight through. Yeah, and they don't know the difference. They think when they get the stop sign to give way is enough. It's not. And when they give way, they just keep driving and connect with the mainstream. It's just, yeah, there's no giving way to the traffic. They just drive through it. So it's just been for most people, it's been a cautious drive through. They've changed the meaning of the signs, and it gets really scary sometimes. People just saying, can't read mind readers.
Just if the sign says
stop, then stop.
Then yeah, it's not that difficult.
If you don't stop, it's more than likely the car that's coming towards you in the T intersection is going to hit you, and then we both go stop.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any different around the world. A stop sign's a stop sign. I just think people fail to realise that, well, fail to care. I can't imagine stop doesn't mean stop, just translated. That's beautiful out here. Here we go, 80k zone. Creek up there. It's sort of opening up now. It's less trees, isn't it?
Yeah, considerably.
That pipeline's still running along though, and they've given us the go ahead to speed up to 100. But you know, it doesn't mean hit each hairpin turn at 100. You still got to exercise some control. Anyway. I often see a lot of SUVs upside down because people think they can do 100 into a hairpin turn.
Yeah, compared to Sydney, there's much more of a anything goes attitude over here.
Just keep trying until someone says you can't do it. Keep doing it. Two big double white lines down the road. In New South Wales it's double yellow, but they mean the same sign, same thing. Do not cross into the oncoming traffic lane. No overtaking, no nothing. Single lane, single file. That's that simple. Doesn't mean anything else. Quite often here you'll see people going over the top of them.
Yeah,
and overtaking. They're along amongst themselves.
We're about half an hour out of Murraybridge according to Google.
Oh gee.
It's only like an hour and 20 minutes from where we live, and you know, all things considered, it's not that far to drive.
I don't know how long this video will be, but that's it. Or you'd like to see some of our more focused videos on other material, we've got plenty of other stuff on our channel. Some rail, some general history, some just interesting places. We are not limiting ourselves to just chasing old railway corridors with mowed grass on them and whatever you want to call it. It's not railway, it's just a parkland that used to be railway. We're not limiting ourselves to that. We're doing a lot of the stuff in South Australia because if we just limit ourselves to that stuff, we're going to run out of ideas. Or we might as well just contact the authors of books and just get permission to talk about their books. I mean, because that's basically what some channels are left with, doing the history. They're basically focusing all their information on a particular book, and in the end you've got to get permission. So if you continue to base all your stuff on that under copyright, so you've just got to come up with your own material. That's what I reckon.
But even if a railway line's not there anymore, it still, more often than not, leaves some sort of footprint on the landscape or on the street layout and so on.
And we have noticed that when we've been researching and gone through the title deeds and all the other stuff, and you'll see that even if the railway corridor is no longer in government hands or it's in private hands, and they've cut up all the blocks, you can actually see the lines of the property lines where the corridor was. So it's not completely gone to history. You can't undo that history.
No. And And so you just need to know what you're looking for. So as I said, when we went through Mount Pleasant, we passed Railway Terrace. Well, Railway Terrace, wherever you find it, is always along the railway line.
What's that white thing on the hill?
That's a good question.
With an Australian flag on it.
That's a really good question.
That's very interesting. I thought it was.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons, you know, we do
Dead rat on the side of the road. Dead rat.
You never know what you'll see.
Sorry.
You know, Bridge says, why do you want to go to Murraybridge today? I said, well, the answer is I don't know. I want to have a look at the railway station, which is still standing.
And that'll be another video. We'll do Murraybridge.
We turn right 1.5 kilometres. So
right?
Second on the right.
Oh, we turn right for a change.
Yeah.
We'll do reduce speed. Okay, throw out the boat anchor.
So when the railway line first went through Murraybridge in 1886, it was a broad gauge railway line. But then in the 1990s, the broad gauge line was pulled up and relayed as a standard gauge line, which put an end to the South Australian broad gauge trains in that area. But it's mainly the interstate rail corridor between Adelaide and Melbourne now. But I believe the overland passenger train still stops at Murraybridge on its journeys twice a week.
That.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Not according to... No, right here. I don't know what that sign was about.
There's one here.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know what that sign back there was about.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe there's more than one way through the middle of town.
Yeah, looks like it.
Might just meet up down here somewhere.
Yeah, I think it does.
There's, again, lots of churches in this town too. There'll be churches everywhere through here. And there's that pipe that keeps following us along the road.
That's a water supply pipeline.
Yep. And it goes all the way through and up north, all the way through.
Yeah, I haven't traced where it runs from and to yet, but...
Yeah. Just go straight through. Straight past Adelaide. So it's just the water. Beautiful homesteads. I got a funny feeling this guy is going to get impatient with this SUV, this ute, and go around him. But, you know.
Broadly speaking, I think the water pipelines take water from the Murray River to various communities further inland in South Australia from the Murray, including Adelaide, although Adelaide now draws its water from a desalination plant as well as local water reservoirs. But I believe during the drought in the 1980s, 90% of Adelaide's water was drawn from the Murray River through these pipelines that you might have noticed in the video. And during my visits in the 1980s when I was a teenager to relatives over here, I used to get sick every time I came over here, and I put it down to the water.
Yeah, because they were recycling it in some way, were they?
Well, it was direct from the Murray River at the time, and it was known by the locals as Murray River muck, and I'm assuming it didn't agree with my stomach. But these days I can drink the water okay, so wherever they're drawing it from, it's working better for me.
Just might be more filtration in it.
Well, like I said, the Adelaide in particular draws its water from local reservoirs in the foothills of the Adelaide Hills. It also draws water from a desalination plant on the coast, converts salt water to drinking water, and it still draws water through the pipelines from the Murray River. And I'm not sure how it the system determines what water goes where, but it's a mixture of water sources.
Yeah.
Whereas during the drought, the local reservoirs would tend to dry up, so the Murray remains the main water supply.
All the big tractor equipment. Oh, that crap is on the road. It's dangerous, whatever that is on the road.
Oh, curious. That equipment up there?
Yeah, big equipment. I'm not a farmer, so I don't know what that equipment is. I know the big one with the 4 wheels on it was a tractor. Huge tractor. That's about it. Pretty much, you can know a little bit about everything, but you don't know everything, sort of thing, I don't know how far we have to go now. We're about 37 minutes into the video.
20 minutes to go.
30 minutes from now.
I believe the lands that we're coming into were the homelands of the Gurindjeri people. And that's where the local bunyip story came from those people. And regardless what you think of the European history of South Australia, it's still quite appropriate to acknowledge that these were the lands of the Gurindjeri people, and the Gurindjeri people do still exist.
Yeah.
They mightn't have control of the land as they used to in the old days before European settlement, but they still exist as a people, and this continues to be their homeland as well as ours.
Yeah. Not get rid of the visors. The sun's not as long or bright. Another big truck. Empty. Four of us riding along here all doing the ton. You wouldn't think it, but we're doing the ton. So,
What does doing the ton mean for
100.
those 100 kilometres an hour?
yeah, about 100 kilometres an hour. You can't do 110 here because it's not an expressway, but yeah. I don't know if it feels like we're doing 100, but we are. And he's wavering across the double lines and the block line for this side. Using as much of the road as he wants.
And that is quite usual for what you see here with driving.
Time it is now, but I know as we get closer to 9 o'clock, you start getting all the people going out to work and the trucks and people taking their kids to school. And the road's starting to fill up, so we might just start getting busier and busier. There's sheep over there on the
cases.
Yeah,
Sheep and wheat country.
pretty hard life for a sheep in this lot.
But I'm not a farmer either.
Nah. I used to be young. When I was younger, I used to do a bit of drenching and stuff, but just to make an extra dollar now and then. But yeah, I've been doing it now. As you get older, you get a bit sore. Leave that for the young people. Plus, I just get stuck doing the bloody weathers, you know.
Yeah.
Boy, they hurt when they run up and butt you. As opposed to, like, hit you with their horns. Abandoned building.
You see a few of them.
Yeah, there's like houses, and the farmers just leave them there for the sheep to take refuge in. There's sheep there up near the farmhouses. Murraybridge already, Council of Murraybridge. That's what that blue sign said.
Yeah. So we're in the council area.
Yeah. County area for some people, I don't know how you can explain. That's American too, isn't it? Is that chimney just sitting there by itself? Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Bit of an old homestead. Must have been a lot of buildings out here if you've just seen chimneys and bits of walls, so it just gets bought up and made part of another farm, and just vanishes from history. Railway crossing, you can't even see the railway there, there's no railway line, even though there's a crossing sign. Interesting, so there's supposed to be a railway track through there.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, look, there is.
Yeah, there is
is
a railway line on our
There's
left.
a railway line on our left.
That might be the old line to Sedan.
And how does that run? They run into Murraybridge, or?
I have a feeling it does, or did. But
That's
don't
that
quote
little
me
area
on
between
that.
the road and the paddock there, or the field where there's something, the gates are. There's a railway track running in there.
Yeah, and there's still railway track visible.
Yeah. Well, it's all the old diesel or steam back in
All
the day.
overgrown, but
It's still there, but like I said, that's still the railway corridor.
yeah.
That's why the fence line's there, I guess.
But I hadn't researched that ahead of
There you go. There's the
time.
railway track.
No, okay.
Murraybridge 15 k's.
Yeah. That's a story for another day.
Yeah, another day. But if you do go to the webpage, we've got Instagram and Facebook, but there is a webpage, and you may find some railway history down there.
It's happening a little bit slowly, the web page, but
And there's another old abandoned building over there.
there is.
But
I start reading on the history, and I spend the whole evening reading and don't get around to writing anything.
yeah, well, that's pretty much the way of a lot of things. You can only do so much, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
But there is some stuff on the webpage. It's happening, just like the YouTube page is developing as time goes on. We'll get there. We'll get there. When we support, we'll get there too. Like, thanks to people lovely people out there watching our videos and clicking and liking things and sharing them. We'll get there. Gives us something to do and gives people something to watch and to look at.
The railway line has either headed further
It's
that
disappeared,
way
hasn't it?
to the east,
Yeah, it's
or
gone.
crossed over the line somewhere at a now vanished level crossing.
Yeah, well,
Because it's not on our left anymore.
no, it's not, and it might have just gone under the road and they tarred over it.
Yeah,
There's Montaro. Is that Montaro?
Monato.
Monato. And coming up the road roadworks again. I'm just to throw the anchor out.
Yeah. And we're going 8 kilometres, we're going to turn right.
And yeah, going to turn right. That will take us into Murray.
Yeah.
100 again. I've still got my headlights on. I'm just going to turn those off. But yeah, it's early days for our channel. Oh, we're going, well, I guess we're in our 5th month.
But if you don't set a goal, then you're never going to get there. So our goal is to put information up on the website, put pictures up on Instagram. Our priority is to get videos up on YouTube about our travels.
And just keep going. Keep the car going. Keep putting petrol in it.
Yeah.
Get the camera out. And share it.
We are going to try live chats at one stage, but we haven't got that far yet.
It just makes more sense to us to record our driving rather and then edit it and put it up, because we spoke before about the mobile phones out here are not that good. Just for as much argument as you want to put into it, it don't work. Turning right, you reckon?
Yeah, 5 kilometres we turn right.
Oh, it's a fair way out.
Yeah.
I don't think this Ute driver likes this SUV or 4-wheel drive driver. He's right up his date. He's just tagging him all the way.
We've got Murraybridge Airport or Aerodrome coming up on our left.
At 100 kilometres an hour, I don't think that guy should be that close to him. I don't think he cares. Maybe you should open the tailgate on his 4-wheel drive and invite him in.
Well,
Come in and have a cuppa. If you see where you go around this bend, you'll see in front of this Ute on his bumper bar is a 4-wheel drive. And he's got to be 2 metres from his bumper bar at 100 clicks, somebody didn't hand out the handbook, or even 2 car lengths. That's not enough at 100.
no.
It should be 5 or 6 car lengths. But they're all the same. You look at the truck up there, and they're all bumper to bumper, and they're all sitting on whatever.
So the significance of Murray Bridge historically seems to be that it was the first crossing point in which a bridge was built over the Murray in South Australia. There's now of course been several more further along the river, but someone had to be the first.
Yeah, and thus it was called Murray Bridge. Well, renamed to Murray Bridge.
Yeah.
Because the railway bridge had to go across there somewhere.
Yeah, the original bridge was a combined road and rail bridge, and then they built a second bridge that became the road bridge, and the original one remained as a rail bridge.
But I mean, we've been to other places where the paddle steamers come down and meet the rail at the Murray.
Yeah, I believe there's paddle steamers to Murray Bridge as well. I'm not sure what remains of the wharf facilities and so on, but
the actual Murray itself was a hive of excitement, activity. It was one of the main routes for for trade, for delivering goods. Until they built probably bridges and a lot of road systems.
You might be looking at a bridge, but what you can be looking at can be decades, if not older.
Yeah.
And can be, as at the first crossing point over the Murray. place has some sort of story to tell, however exciting or otherwise.
Well, slowing down and turning right.
Turn right here.
And just all slow down. We've got to wait for this big bus to get out. What's the school bus, isn't it?
Currently we're only 4 minutes away from the railway station.
Oh.
We set the railway station as our heading to point for Google Maps.
But we'll probably, but we're not far out of Murraybridge, so this was the road trip for this video. Yeah, the car's coming that way. Gotta make it out. We've got a car coming that way. We'll just come out. Still 80 kilometres an hour, so that's the outskirts.
Yeah.
There's the Murraybridge sign. So this is welcome to Murraybridge.
Carries Park, in brackets, and Piano Sanctuary.
And Piano Sanctuary.
Huh? And the icon is a tree.
Okay, you're gonna cut that tree into a piano?
No, I'm visualising walking through a forest with pianos everywhere.
Oh, yeah, so it's a forest of pianos, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
just noticed it on Google Maps. I've no idea.
I don't know. Maybe it's a big piano. We were talking with Anne the other day on the other road trip. Maybe it's a big piano, I don't know.
Who knows?
The big merino and the big piano, maybe, I don't know.
I'll look it up if I get around to it. So many things buzzing through my head that
we go straight
a lot
through
of things
here?
don't happen. Yeah. Only in 1 kilometre we turn left onto Railway Terrace. There you go, another railway terrace.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of railway terraces in Australia. I guess there's a lot of railway terraces all over the world.
Quite possibly.
That didn't take us long down, get to Murraybridge. Yeah, we'll keep going until we get into town and then we'll call it there. But as you said, big silos coming up. So there's obviously a lot of wheat here as well. Or there was, I don't know. Probably still is.
Could be.
And we're meeting some railway tracks here.
Okay, this is the main line to Melbourne. We're crossing over here.
Oh, right. Also,
Or main line Adelaide to Melbourne.
main line, so this is active.
Active.
It's not
If those red lights start blinking, stop.
That's right. We got to remember we're not South Australians.
Left here.
We're going left up here.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going there. That's what makes sense with the silos there. That this is to the railway station.
What I can't tell you is whether those silos are still in use or not.
It sort of might look like it, but
Yeah, they
there's
look
two
like
lines
it.
there.
Yeah, there is, but I don't see a line going underneath.
Actually, there's 3 lines, isn't there? Clean those tracks, so they're pretty active.
Now, there's a road on the other side of the rail corridor, Hume Reservoir Road, that I think follows the original, or is near the path of the original line down to the banks of the Murray. You may want to check that out
where's
later.
the railway station here?
Coming up here somewhere. That, I believe, was where the station was going to be, but then they ended up building it up here where it is now.
Oh, right. It's like most things, there's a beginning and then there's an end or whatever.
In here somewhere.
Oh, we probably
That's the station there.
We probably should have turned in there. I don't know.
In there.
Oh, we'll just turn in here, I guess. But
So that building you just saw in the footage was the railway station.
we'll just we'll do a U-turn up here. But I don't know. I guess this is if any point a good point to wrong way. We probably should at some point in the video. So, oh, gee, that's beautiful or something. I'll just swing around and give people see if I can look down the platform. There's the old station
That's
house.
the Murrayriver in the distance.
Is that
there.
the old station house over there, or is it a?
No, they didn't actually. That's been the only station
I think you can
there.
see there's a platform over there.
Yeah, because this is all good shard.
Yeah, but you don't think that might have been a station house at some point?
I'd say it was more good shard bridge. As far as I could tell from the old
but
pictures.
see how it's fenced off, you know?
Oh, yep. Then that was the station.
That was the station there. So,
Although one train wreck had a good go at demolishing the station.
There's a two-storey station. Look at it, it's huge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This was a main location.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So anyway, so for those out there that are got stuck with us.
That's private property.
Yeah. For those out there that have come this far with us, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for coming on the journey with us. And I hope your day is a good one. All the best from me, Bridget.
And Julie.
All right. Bye for now.